What's up, and welcome to Life Inside the Blevins Nation podcast. I'm your host, Coach B, and we're going to start right now. All right. Damn, I love that movie. Dazed and Confused. Anyway, welcome back, Blevins Nation podcast. And going to have my good friend and coach, Robert Rachel, on the show today, head coach over at Gamble Montessori High School. We're going to talk a little bit about the Marvin Lewis situation here in the Natty. I want to throw a shout out to my good friends over at Fumblegate Podcast. Check them out whenever you get a chance. Tonight they're going to be talking to a kid that's being recruited by University of Kentucky. His name is Quentin Wilson. Anyway, check them out. Adam Keefe, my good friend over there. And I want to throw a shout out to my good buddy out in Denver, Colorado, Mr. Jake Plummer. His podcast is Snake's Takes. You can catch them on, you can look him up on the Twitter. And also, for any questions or whatever you want to hear on Blevins Nation Podcast, send me a email at coachb.blevinsnation@gmail.com. I want to thank our sponsor also, www.fuelthejourney.org. Go by and see what it's all about. It's time to sit back, hold tight, and open your ears. It's time for Blevins Nation Podcast. Hi, this is Coach B, and I'm here with Coach Robert Rachel. What you go by?
Coach Rob.
Coach Rob. That's what I thought. All right. So give us a little background on you, Coach.
Well, I've been coaching football for almost 15 years. I started on the Pee Wee level when I was coaching for the Northwest Mighty Knights. I coached up there for like 9 years before I was asked to go to the high school and coach at the high school at Northwest. I was there for 3 years. Then I wanted to be a head coach on the high school level, so Gamble Montessori job came open. I applied for it, and I started coaching at Gamble. Been there for the last 2 years.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've been coaching almost right at 15 years, and I'm dying to get into a head coaching position. And once I get there, I may not want to be there.
Yeah, right. It's a whole lot that go to be a head coach.
Oh yeah, not just the politics, but the parents, the kids, the coaches. I don't know. I may just stick with wanting to be an OC.
I mean, man, you got to kind of. What I do is I have a meeting with the parents to let them know what's going on, and if they have questions, they are free to ask. But there's a certain protocol that they got to follow. You know, they got to they got to set up some type of appointment with me. Never right after a game. Never right after a game.
I hear that all the time.
Absolutely. I got the 24-hour rule, and instilled in the parents, don't talk to me until the next day. Probably 8-9 o'clock that following night. So, just gotta get the parents and just communicate with them, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I see this every once in a while from places I've coached that parents knowing that, I think, and so they stop an assistant coach and try to talk to him.
Oh, that's fine. That's what the assistant's on the staff for, you know.
But do you want them talking to them the same night too, or you want them to wait?
I don't care.
Or direct them to you?
I don't care. Just don't talk to me after the game. You can talk to them all you want to. Just don't talk to me.
Oh yeah, I understand that. So Gamble Montessori.
Yes, sir.
That's what division is that?
7.
7. Okay.
Yep. Division 7.
Smallest
division in the state of Ohio, 7. But they got us playing Division 3s and 4s.
I know. I thought y'all played a Division 2 at who was that?
No, we played the biggest school we played this year was hold on. Dunbar. We played Dunbar. Played Dunbar.
Are they're 2, aren't they? They're
no,
good
I think
size.
they're 3.
3.
I think they're 3. We played Dunbar and Thurgood, which were 3. We played Aiken, which was 4.
How'd that turn out?
The Dunbar game, we kind of knew going in that they were pretty tough, and we had to start fast. So we said, "Hey, we ain't got nothing to lose. We're gonna lay it all on the line."
Well, usually Dunbar has a couple of guys going.
Yeah, they do.
Maybe D1.
Yeah,
D2.
they do. Man, they got their running back. I don't know his name, but he's really good. He's going to Oklahoma, and they got a receiver that's going like to Oregon State or some craziness.
Nice.
Like that. So we knew that we had to do something to get the momentum. So we onside kicked first. We won a toss.
God.
We won a toss. I said defer, and we gonna onside kick it. So we onside kicked it. We got it.
That's
went
awesome.
down. Man, we went down and scored on them. The kids was pumped. But with us having 18 kids and Dunbar had 55, 60, numbers played a part.
It does.
It took a toll on us after the half, and they ran away with it. It was only 18-7 at the half. 18-7 at the half, and then they came out, they scored. Then you know what? We had a couple mistakes on offense. They capitalized on it, and they jumped out on us and beat us like 40-6. So,
you mean 7?
Yeah, 40-7.
Yeah.
So we did all right. We did all right against them guys.
I played Dunbar. I coached against Dunbar one time, and it was last year. I was at Milford. I was offensive coordinator for freshmen. Mm-hmm. We went up there. Didn't get to play on the city field. We got to play on Dunbar's practice field.
Oh, really?
Which was about 2 inches deep in water and about 4 inches deep in mud.
Wow.
Just the middle of the field.
Wow.
About 5 feet wide all the way down.
Ooh.
So we go and we score our first drive. And I had a kicker that was decent. His 9th grade, I didn't tell anybody but the quarterback. I said, I'm not letting him kick in that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I told the quarterback, I said, we're going fire. I said, don't tell anybody. He's like, okay. And he slipped trying to go, and his knee went down, so we didn't get it off. The next, and we kept Dunbar on their side of the 50 the whole game. Last play of the game, they connected on a bomb, and he ran it in for us touchdown. And luckily, they didn't have a field goal kicker.
Wow.
So they went for 2, and we stopped them and tied the damn game. But it's not a loss, but I'm more mad about that damn game than I am a loss, because I had a chance to win that. Oh God, that's a hard one to swallow.
Oh yeah. We had some games like that this year. As every year, you go through your schedule and you see teams on there that you should beat, teams that you should compete with, and we had a few teams on the schedule that we should have won. We should have handily beat them, but due to injuries and grades and kids getting in trouble at home, that kind of left us, kind of short on a few games, and we weren't able to make the playoffs because we lost a couple games that we shouldn't have. But
when you got 18 kids, and if you lose 2 to injury, my God, what are you gonna do?
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So any more than that, you talk about Iron Man football. You must have some tough kids.
And that's what it was. It was Iron Man football. The kids knew going in.
They want to play.
And they wanted to play.
That.
They wanted to play. They knew what we were up against each week. They knew that they were going to play both ways. They were not coming off the field. So as the head coach, I had to manage my timeouts. Like I had to manage injury timeouts. I had to manage in between special teams, getting them extra water and extra long break by having a conversation with the official just so my guys can get a breather. You know what I mean? So So, we did everything as a staff to make sure that they got what they needed.
Now, talking about time management,
Mm-hmm.
I've never done it because I haven't been a head coach yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to ask you if you've done it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm. Do you think it's done? Is what I'm going to ask you. Hold on. Do you think a head coach tells a guy, "Hey, sit down after the play and let's take some time to you know what I'm saying?" Do you think that happens?
I do it all the time. I do it all the time because I got 18 kids. So and like, you know what? I don't go talk to the referee about the game. I go talk to him about the family. Hey, you know what? How's the family doing? And that leads into a 2 or 3 minute conversation. And you know what? That 2 or 3 minutes, you know what? My guys are getting extra water. They getting extra rest. But they getting some extra breather. So.
I know it happens.
I do it all the time. Oh, yeah,
I know it happens. I've never done it because I didn't. I've never had the.
Oh yeah, it happens when you become a head coach. You're gonna learn to do that. You're gonna learn to do that. And you know what? I just learned that from guys who, I used to coach with in the past. Especially Nate Mahan. I used to watch him and how he just conversed with the the referees and therefore that's what I kind of took heed of that. Like, you know what, I need to get my guys a break. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what, I'm about to go talk to this guy about maybe the Bengals game or maybe or maybe like UC basketball or like football and you know what, or maybe even umpire. Because I umpire, so I know most of the guys.
That's right.
And so you know what, so therefore I go talk to them about a tournament I may have coming up, and that turns into like I said, a 2 or 3 minute conversation, and my guys get extra rest. So
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals.
Yeah, they're my guys, man. Win, lose, or draw, they're my guys. Those are my guys.
I think most all my life I've been a Buffalo Bills fan.
Mm-hmm.
And just the last few years has put a bad taste in my mouth. And I kind of quit. College and high school has taken over my life.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't watch NFL anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the things, the owner, Bill Davis, I think it was Bill. I forgot. Anyway,
yeah,
Davis that owned the Bills,
passed
away, and the new owners, the Pagonas, they owned the Sabres, which is hockey, and they bought the team. They don't know shit about football.
Yeah,
and just the decisions and the stuff they've done has just made it even worse. And I don't think I even really have a team anymore. Mm-hmm. I like New England because Belichick. Hey, look at this. Have you got this?
No, I don't.
Get it. It's interesting.
I need to get that.
The Big Book of Belichick.
Where you find that book at? Barnes & Noble?
I don't know if you can. I know you can get it online.
Online?
So, yeah, that's where I bought it. So, but Gronkowski, I like Gronkowski. I love Brady. I know a lot of people. Yeah, he's the man. I'm sorry.
They can hate Tom Brady all they want to, but Tom Brady is a proven winner.
Yeah,
and he's a ball player. He's a proven winner. And he's a ball player.
He is, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's an asshole. He's a piece of shit." How do you know? Have you met him?
Yeah.
No, you haven't met him.
That's right.
You just don't like him because he whoops your team's ass.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Tom Brady went to the Bengals, you think we would hate him?
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no.
Hell no.
We love him. Love him to death.
Now, since we're on the NFL, the Bengals, what's up? Is Marv leaving? He said. They say he is. They said he had a press conference and said he was, or not a press, but he posted something, and then now they're saying he may leave after the season. What the hell's up?
Well, what's going on? I think Marvin's been here a really long time. He's turned the
17.
Yeah, 15 or 17 years.
Okay,
and he's turned around the organization. I think that he wants to move into another role, maybe like a GM position where he's making decisions on the draft, free agents that come in, and stuff like that. Because Marvin Lewis is a great recognizer of talent. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, Vontae is perfect. People don't like him, but that guy can play some ball. You know what I mean?
Hands down, hell of a football player.
Absolutely.
Asshole on the field. I don't know him off the field, so
right,
I can't say.
right.
But on the field,
Right.
he's out to get your
Absolutely.
ass.
Absolutely.
And I mean, you know what?
Absolutely.
That's what football's about.
Absolutely.
What's his damn name? Jack Lambert.
Jack Lambert.
Linebacker from the
Mike
damn
Singletary.
Steelers. Oh my God, they
Right.
wanted to rip your head off. Now, we can't do that.
Yeah.
It's turning into a puss game.
Yeah, it's turning to touch football a little bit. But Marvin Lewis is a great recognizer of talent. He bring in some pretty good players. It's just that I think his hands is tied with the people that currently owns the Bengals.
Yes,
and they just got him.
Shit, that's everywhere.
Absolutely. I just think Marvin Lewis wants to do. He's been in coaching so long. He had his shot. I think he wants to just move on to. Being like a GM or something like that. And I think wherever he goes, I think he's going to be great at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't see him going to another team and coaching.
Nah.
I definitely don't see him going down.
Nah.
To a
coordinator position.
Oh, hell no. I looked over the Pro Bowl selections, and to be honest with you, I didn't expect to see any Bengals on there, and there were two.
Well, AJ Green and Geno Atkins is like the face of the organization right now. AJ Green is probably one of the top 5 receivers in the league. Geno Atkins is probably one of the top, either if not the top, either in top 2 in at
defensive
tackle.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
So those guys are kind of the face of the program right now, and I think. That was kind of expected. To see them guys back there.
Yeah. Well, it's the fans.
Yep.
I mean, and you can see that. But seriously, as far as what the Bengals have done, I really did not expect anybody to be on there. But I saw those two, and I was like, oh, good.
Yeah.
Especially AJ. I mean, the fight. I know exactly what it was.
Yeah.
AJ Green is tired of losing. I've met AJ Green a few times through pro camps. I follow him on Twitter, and even Facebook. And I'm watching his kid grow up, and just that and being around him, he's the quietest, most gracious guy that I think I've ever met, you know?
I was at the house watching the Bengals game, and, Andy Dalton threw that pass, and they talking about, there's a fight broke out. I said, so I'm thinking, maybe
Pac-Man ran out on the
field, or like Perfect ran out on the field, or something like that. And they said, no, it's AJ Green and Ramsey going there. I said, what? You know what? I got up out of my chair.
Ramsey's a rookie, right?
Yeah, no, he's been
or is he second year?
Second year from Florida State.
Okay.
I
couldn't believe that out of him either because I've never heard anything on him.
But Ramsey's from Florida State, and them guys down south, the Miami, those Alabama guys,
and they will get
Florida
in your
guys.
butt.
Hey, they talking. You know what? They talking, and I guess AJ Green got tired of being cheap shotted, and he frustrated about not getting the ball,
and frustrated about losing.
And it took his toll, and he went off.
He sure the hell did.
Headlock and a couple punches. So,
Yep. Did you see the video of him sparring? Or doing the boxing workworkout.
Oh, no.
You didn't see that? He's actually
that.
been training to do some boxing
really?
and stuff. So
really?
Over the off season. So that was.
Boxing is a good conditioner too. But also, it teaches you to fight as well. So
Oh yeah. If you have to.
Right.
But damn. Don't be throwing punches at a helmet. What the hell is wrong with him?
That's what the announcer kept saying. Like he's punching the helmet. Like why is he punching the helmet? That's not smart.
No.
You know what? That's how he makes his money by catching footballs with his hands. So
well, you know what? Football is a game of emotions, and that day his emotions took over.
Yeah,
and he couldn't
handle it.
Couldn't handle it.
He's human.
Yeah.
He's human.
Exactly. You get into wrestling?
Well, what type of wrestling?
Like WWE.
I used to.
Used to?
I used
to. Well,
to.
I got something for you here.
Okay.
I posted it on my my Facebook thing for the podcast.
Okay.
And but I was hoping you'd look at it and see it, but you didn't see. I put your name under there.
Oh, did you?
So for some reason, I can't tag somebody in from that page.
Oh, okay.
My regular page I can, but from the like page I can't.
Can't do it.
So, but it's Vince McMahon is thinking about just starting up the XFL again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
With all the shit that's going on right now, everything's down, everything's kind of in disarray, and Roger Goodell, $200 million, whatever the hell they paying that somebody, he needs to be slapped. Lifetime travel in a plane, wherever the hell him and his family want to go.
Wow.
Lifetime insurance for him and his family and anybody that's born through his family. Some crazy shit like that.
Wow.
Lifetime. And then this insane amount of damn money. I mean, I know he's done good things, but he's done bad things too. The Ray Rice issue. Yeah. The damn issue with the Patriots, a couple of them. The Brady incident. The flat football shit. Yeah. Who else? The Saints. It's like they got it out for the Saints. Yeah. And they never even proved the shit was going on, which it goes on everywhere. Hey, I'm gonna give you $1,000. You knock the shit out of so and so for me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm sure it happens. Nobody's going to admit to that shit.
Right.
But they never proved it. But yet they suspended coach Sean Payton for a year and some players and stuff. But it never
materialized anything.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got running back Zeke
Elliott. Yeah.
Yes.
Now that situation kind of got my mind boggled a little bit because the incident happened at Ohio State. He was cleared, and they brought it back up again. And I don't know what happened after that, but my take on it, from my perspective,
I don't give a shit if it happened last year.
Right, and you were cleared.
Which it did. I mean, because he was...
should nothing be...
Or year before, I mean.
Should nothing be brought up about that situation?
Hell no.
If he was cleared of all charges, let the guy play football. Leave the dude alone, you know what I'm saying? So
I don't know about it because I hadn't kept up with it. I just... from here to here, if I see it on Facebook, I see it. If I don't open the paper for shit. I don't watch the news on TV for shit because it is shit.
Yeah. Ain't
nothing I like. It makes my world suck because I go around mad all damn day.
Right.
Oh God! All right, enough with the damn NFL. Let's get back to high school.
Okay.
So, I'll take that back. One more thing, and we'll talk about this in high school too.
Okay.
But like the New England Pittsburgh game, they were calling it. I'm so sick of this shit. What is a catch and what is not a damn catch?
Well, if you go by the NFL rules, they state
there's nothing a damn catch. To be honest, then they turn around and fucking say the same thing, and it is.
Yeah, well, they...
sorry about the F word.
They said that you have to control the ball all the way to the ground because of the Dez Bryant situation and the Calvin Johnson situation. So they put in the rules that you have to catch the ball and maintain it all the way to the ground. So once they replayed it, I was like, yep, they're going to overturn that because when he hit the ground, like his hand moved and the ball shifted.
Yeah.
Now, I think if he would have just caught the ball and stuck it over the goal line and he fell and he hit the ball and his hands didn't move, that was a catch. But another perspective, what I thought they wasn't going to overturn it was because he caught it, and once you break the plane of the goal line, that's a touchdown.
Exactly, but not on a catch.
And
which is bullshit.
Yeah.
You got these quarterbacks, running backs, even wide receivers. If you catch it and you run a long way, and they dive and they're trying to get that pylon, and everything's out of bounds, and they hit, and that ball hits the ground and fumble, it's a touchdown because the ball broke the plane. Okay, right. Here's a question for you: if you're in the end zone and I go up and I catch the ball and I get both feet down, isn't that a touchdown?
As long as you maintain the catch.
Well, okay.
You know what I mean?
But I broke the plane. I have the ball. Bam. I touch 2 feet down and I fall out of bounds and hit the ground, the ball pops out.
Oh, no,
to me, that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
To me, that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
I don't know what anybody else is going to call it. But
what's the rule in college on that? Is that a touchdown in college? I know in high school.
I know they kind of make you have to keep control of it, but there's not all this bullshit with get up and make a 2-step move and that and control the ball all the way to the ground, and after you hit the ground, it's not all that crap. Mm-hmm. And in high school and college, you only got to have 1 down.
Yeah, yeah.
So momentum taking you out. I mean, it goes back to the rule. You remember back in the 90s, they always had this rule forever that if you caught the ball and were pushed out of bounds, or
if they thought you could have got your feet in,
right,
they would have made it a completion.
Right, but then they changed it. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. If you don't get 2 feet in, I don't give a damn if the wind blew your ass out.
Right.
But this is all opinion. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They'll go back to the drawing board in the off season. They'll probably change it back next year.
They change so much crap. Let's get a rule book in place and leave it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know? And it seems like more people are getting hurt. They bring these new helmets out, these Flex. Okay, they're supposed to be better. In the last 2 years, I think I've seen more concussions in high school than I have before we got the damn Flex. Okay. What do you think? Do y'all have the Flex yet, or have you seen?
No, we're a gamble.
Money.
CPS. Money is an issue. I wish that we can somehow get us some ship flexes. Because I went to a coaching clinic. Southwest Ohio clinic.
Yeah.
And Capital Varsity was there. They had all their helmets lined up. And my son, before he graduated this year, I bought him a Flex. I bought him a Rydell, the top of the line Rydell. I paid like $500 for the helmet. And now they got another helmet out that's supposed to be top of the line called the Shook Flex. So I was looking at that helmet. I'm like, Jesus. So like I asked the guy, I said, how much is this helmet? He said, $650. I was like, my eyes got big. But I don't think necessarily it's the helmet. They can continue to make this helmet, make that helmet, make this helmet, make that helmet. But if you as a coach isn't teaching the proper way to tackle, I don't think.
Well, it's not really just on tackles.
Yeah,
it's getting hit. We've had linemen getting concussions. That was never heard of before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The ground is causing a lot.
Yeah.
So it's got to be the helmet. Also, they have this new thing out that they're saying that stay dehydrated, even a little overheat dehydrated, because the brain sits in water.
Absolutely.
You know? So being dehydrated and getting hit can cause a concussion a lot easier than any other way.
Not properly eating, not properly hydrating, not tackling well.
That has part to do with it.
That Brian Sazier, that hit, like when he hit that receiver from the Bengals, I was like, oh, he done hurt himself. You know what I mean? Because that's how he's been tackling his whole life. Running with his head down, hitting with the crown of his head. If you look at the game they played in the playoffs a couple years ago when he hit Bernard, helmet to helmet contact, he hit him with the crown of his helmet. You know what I'm saying? And he was lucky that time.
But you know what? That's a point right there. A good point. It's coaching. Why the hell is he still not getting away with it? But you know what I mean? Yeah. Coaches, you're either teaching it and coaching it, or you're letting it happen.
Well.
And I know it's hard to break
him
something, but
it's not hard because they have. I'm sure you're familiar with USA Football Heads Up Tackle.
Yeah.
I really, really, really love that program. I really love the way they teach. Taking the head out of tackling. Yeah. I really love the peck tackling. I really love
watch rugby.
Yep.
That's all you got to do is watch rugby.
Absolutely. You know what? I really love that. I teach that to my kids at Gamble. Because
But do you have time?
Yes.
So you make time.
Yes, we do.
See, many teams don't make time for the tackling.
We implement that during our pre-practice. We implement that after stretching, after we do our calisthenics, and the next thing, like for 20 minutes, will be our heads up tackling 20-minute circuit where we're teaching, eyes to the sky, buzz your feet, throw your hands and rip and grab some claws.
Yeah.
Instead
run up, break down, and give yourself room, because if you get too close, you're going to miss somebody. If you're too far away, you're going to miss somebody.
And you know what? There's a lot of guys who I go back and forth with about, that program, and they always ask me, well, what if a guy comes in, if a back comes in and he dips his head? Well, as long as you're doing the same fundamentals, you guys are not going to hit heads, because you're going to buzz your feet, you're going to break down, and you're going to
you've got to put your head to the opposite side of the tackle.
Absolutely.
That's what it's taught that way.
Absolutely. I was taught back when I was growing up, head across, bite the ball, this and that, but that was then. But football has evolved, and, they're trying to make the game safer by, having us coaches teach these kids the proper way to tackle, Well, that's why the Seattle Seahawks tackle so well, because they use that program as well, and they also use the rugby style tackling with the legs. Right. And that's something I'm going to.
You've got to tackle legs.
We get into next year, yeah.
Did you ever see the play with Steve Atwater and Christian Okoye?
Oh yeah.
Okoye got his damn bell rang, putting his head down, and Atwater said, and blew him up. But you could do that back then.
Back then, now that's now.
What kept him from getting a concussion? Either one of them getting a concussion.
They
probably did and didn't know it.
Probably didn't know it. Because nowadays, on the high school sideline, I got 2 or 3 doctors on the sideline, and if a kid comes off staggering, they're on him. Checking him out, talking to him, making sure that he doesn't have the concussion, and we don't put him back in the game to where he can severely hurt himself. So I really like the program. I really like USA Football Heads Up Tackling.
Well, talking about USA Football, are you a member?
Yes.
Okay.
Been a member for about 7-8 years.
Okay.
I have when it first was introduced to me.
Mm-hmm.
When it first was introduced to me, I liked it. At first, I had some questions, but then after I started watching kids I coach, come up and make the sure tackle, and concussions were down. I really got more involved in it and really started getting in depth with, in depth with knowing how to try to prevent concussions. By just teaching the simple fundamentals of buzzing your feet, keeping your head up and hitting with your chest and not your head. Because back when I was coaching with the Pee Wee guys, we used to practice without helmets, like live tackle without helmets, and the kids thought that was more funner than playing with the helmets on.
I heard Moeller for the last. I think it was Moeller. If I'm wrong, then I'll correct myself next time. But that they don't dress for practices. They don't have contact. Dress? They don't even have contact.
Being at Gamble and I have 17, 18 kids, that's what we do too.
That's awesome.
We're like literally through the week, we're
well, hell, the NFL does it. Why can't we?
Absolutely. We're non-contact.
In the NFL, you already know what supposed to know what you do and how to do it.
Right.
So I can see that. Not putting the beating each other up during the week before you play.
Right.
But they're learning in junior high, Pee Wee, high school.
We go a lot of helmet and shoulder pads. We go a lot of helmet and shoulder pads. We go a lot of drills on bags. Because we ain't got numbers.
Coaches call it acclimation.
Yeah.
being prepared. I'm sorry. This is Ohio.
Oh yeah.
This is not Mississippi, where I come from. It's 9,000 degrees and the humidity's 20,000 degrees.
Right.
Okay, or 20,000%. Here, there, you have to get ready. You have to wear.
Yeah.
They shouldn't either.
Yeah.
But they definitely have to get acclimated for what they're gonna go through.
Into. Yeah.
Here, putting those pants. This last year where I coached, we put all gear on and didn't even freaking tackle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like,
that.
what in?
You know, I do that a lot.
But why? If you're not gonna tackle, why?
So that
dress out.
One, I didn't have enough kids.
Okay.
To do that, you know.
So
that
you were
was
trying
my
to keep
main
them from
reason.
getting hurt.
Trying to keep them from getting hurt. You know, that was one of my main reasons. Two, like I said, you know, I revert back to when I was at Northwest with Nate Mahan and you know, Coach Burke, defensive coordinator. When like on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you know, we would have on everything, and we'll do very minimal hitting. So I just think, you know, being at Gamble, I kind of implemented, okay, you know, I got 17 kids. I got to do something to keep these kids from getting hurt through the week so that we have enough to play on Friday night, you know. So, you know, I think moving forward, if I'm able to land a bigger job, you know, where I got 50 plus kids, I'll probably do the same thing. You know, from being at,
I understand.
You know, man, from being at Gamble and having that learning experience of, okay, I got 17 kids, and through the week I'm keeping these kids healthy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Well, we did tackle. We dressed out fully Monday and Tuesday and tackle, but it was not blowing somebody up. You know what I mean? We would
do what I call thud up.
Thud. Yeah, exactly.
You know what? You know what? You know when the kid is running, run up, buzz your. USA has a tackle football. Run up, buzz your feet, thud him up. You know what? Right. Put a nice pop on him, thud him up, hold him up, whistle blew. Yeah. Don't take nobody.
Don't take him to the ground.
When somebody took somebody to the ground, I lost my mind. You know, I lost my mind.
Now back to USA football.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know or not. I mean, I'm sure you have seen it or heard it, but you know they give grants and stuff.
Yeah.
Start filling out some of this stuff and get your AD to do it. You might get seriously, even if it's $1,000. Hell, that'll help. You know,
absolutely.
But for sure, I've been over there and I saw what you have. You need helmets.
Yep.
And I think every program needs those damn donuts that you tackle.
Yep. I've been trying to get one of those.
I wholeheartedly believe in those. I think they're great because if you get hurt, it's just because you landed wrong or some shit.
Absolutely.
But you can't have two people hitting each other and hurting each other. Absolutely. So do your tackling. I know it's different from a live person because that's not going to stiff arm you. But
the concept is still there. You know, the fundamental concept of tackling is still there. Getting there, breaking down, buzzing your feet, wrapping and rolling. Mm-hmm. It is there, and you have to do it. If you can do it on a bag, you can do it. You can definitely do it on a human being if you just follow the fundamentals that you're being taught in tackling.
Or get in good with somebody, because not going to mention any names, but I got a buddy that works for the coaches at a school. It's a private school, little small thing, but their youth all the way up to they call them high school and junior high. Okay, but it's just through 7th grade.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody's big somewhere and bought 100 Flex helmets for those kids.
Wow.
I don't know if he bought them or if he got a hell of a deal or where he works got a killer ass deal. But damn, that's nice.
Yeah, I wish somebody can.
And these people can afford to go to a damn private school. Yeah. They can afford a Flex.
Yeah. I wish somebody can. You know, I got. How many kids in our program total? Probably through high school and junior high, we probably got 45 kids. Mm-hmm. Somebody can buy me 50 Flex helmets, and I'll be very, very, very happy that somebody did that for us. Very happy. Yeah. I just want some. You know, some decent stuff. You know, and right now, you know, well, we got some good stuff, but it ain't it's not what I want for my kids. I want the best for my kids.
Oh yeah, and you should. You should.
I want the best for my kids, and on top of having the best and having the the best coaching, I think they'll be all right.
Yeah. I mean, dude, kids nowadays, they want to go to Oregon because Oregon's got not just one freaking flex helmet.
Great topic.
They've got 9 different helmets, 9 different uniforms. It's not just about playing football anymore. And the old coaches have to realize that and change with it, or they're. To be honest with you, I think they're ruining kids by not changing. Not running them, but keeping them from going to the next level. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It makes a lot of sense. But to me, it's a and you know what? I talk about this all the time. Because kids got dreams of going to these Division I prestigious programs. But like I tell kids, if you don't got the grades, you ain't going nowhere. I tell them all the time that your grades dictate where you're going to go. If you got a 1.9, don't even think about Division I.
No.
Don't even think about Division II. You're a D3 JUCO guy all day long.
But
if you got a 2.5 or better, if you got a 2.5, you need a great score on that ACT or that SAT to be able to get in. If you got a 3.3 or better,
well, you gotta be a damn athlete.
And you gotta be an athlete. That's another great point. But if you got a 3.3 or better, and you got a good 20-something on the ACT, and you're an athlete, you're a D1 ball player all day long. That's what I tell kids. That's the rubric to be able to go to a Division I program.
And I see you promoting sometimes. The got to have the grades.
Got to have the grades.
Look at D3.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind that. And NAIA, that's all fine. But the thing is, if you really do have the athleticism to go D1, but you can't qualify because of your grades or your ACT and stuff like that, because it all goes hand in hand. A lot of kids are thinking D2, and then after 2 years, I can transfer.
Yeah.
Well, no, you can't because you didn't qualify.
Absolutely.
If you do, you're going to sit a year out.
Absolutely.
So you play 2 years at NAIA or wherever, D3, D2, NAIA, and you transfer. You sit out a year and you play your senior year if you're lucky.
Yep.
Okay? Kids don't realize that. Nobody's telling. Of course, a damn D3 coach is not going to tell him that because they want him.
Yep, he want him there.
To me, and I'm in touch with a lot of these JUCO coaches. If you don't qualify, of course, you can't go 1 year and then transfer. You still sit out a year.
Yeah.
But if you graduate after 2 years, you can go straight into a 4-year and start. You don't have to sit out. Okay? And if you do qualify, you're still going to sit out at one of these other programs. D3, D2, NAIA. If you qualify for D1 and go to JUCO 1 year because you just could be money, could be this, because you can go walk on. Somebody wants you to be a walk on D1. Go JUCO 1 year. Be a badass. If you have to go 2, that's fine. So what? You got a 2-year degree and it was cheap as hell. It may not cost you anything. Then you go D1. And these kids they hear it and they go, really? They think they can transfer out of D2, D3, and NAIA.
I've been getting a lot of calls from prep schools. Like prep schools. Prep school is like a 5th year of high school where if you don't have the greatest GPA in the world, you can go to the prep school, and if you do well there, you know what, they're going to guarantee that, that they're going to get you some type of offer, either D1 or D2.
But
you know what I'm saying?
How much does that cost?
It ranges from between 7 to 10,000 depending on where.
And there's only some.
It's only some
few that can do that.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately.
IMG is probably the best.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Around.
I've never checked on them or knew what that was, but that's actually I like that. That's pretty cool.
Check on IMG, man.
Okay.
IMG is a great place, man. They got everything for them kids. I got a nice weight program. They got a nice nutritional program for them kids, and they also got great sports, football, basketball, and baseball. You know, where kids graduate high school, they go there for a year, get bigger, get stronger, and then they go, to some major Division I program and play ball.
I got a kid from Mississippi. My best friend it's his son, and he came up here last summer, and I took him to some UC camps in Toledo and Dayton and stuff like that. Great kid, 2.9 GPA, 22 on his ACT. So he's got the grades.
Yep.
He runs a 4.4 flat. His shuttle is a 3.9. 37-inch vertical. You know why he's not playing D1?
Why's that?
He's 5'6". 5'6".
Size always matters.
He goes.
Size always matters.
He goes, and he gets a scholarship to go play at EMCC, Last Chance U. They go and win the state championship this year and the national championship.
Wow.
So he picked a great place to go. And I asked him, I said, what do you plan on doing after these 2 years? He said, I plan on playing football. He doesn't, it's not even in his brain or his vocabulary that he's not going to play football somewhere.
Yeah.
So he's going to play football somewhere. And he can. He's got everything. Plus, and it's helped him with cheerleading and his agility. I mean, not cheerleading, with football, because he used to do not professional, but what's that stuff called? Competition cheerleading.
Oh yeah.
He picked girls up and held them and threw them and caught them and everything.
Yeah.
He said that helped him so much.
Really?
With football. And he doesn't care. People, oh, you're a cheerleader. And he's like, can you do that?
Right, absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
Seriously.
Anything to get better.
Oh, yeah.
Anything to get better and make yourself, easily a recruit to get you in school.
So just having that, I mean, he's got a ring for state, he's got a ring for conference, and he's got a ring for national championship. I mean, and he's got at high school, his junior year, he won state championship for baseball, and they went back-to-back years to the semifinals in football, but didn't make it to the state championship. And he graduated and went there this year, and his school where he went, Madison Central, actually got to the semifinals again this year and didn't make it.
Wow.
My alma mater won state championship this year.
Shout
out to Pearl High School.
Yeah, that's right. My alma mater only has one state championship, and that's in basketball, Taft High School. They don't have a football state.
Well, that was their first, Pearl's first. They went last year. The running back for Florida State, Cam Akers.
Yeah.
He was Clinton's quarterback.
Wow.
He single-handedly beat my team, Pearl. He had over 700 total yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns passing, 4 touchdowns running.
Wow, that's crazy.
That kid beat the shit out of us.
Wow.
But we lost nobody. Came back even stronger, beat the hell out of everybody. 12. Oh yeah, Mississippi runs 12-game seasons now.
Oh really?
Yeah. And the playoffs and the championship. So I mean, they went 16-0 and won the state championship.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool.
So yeah, that's a milestone, and it was their first championship. So, and that's the thing. I go to Mississippi. I mean, I leave Mississippi where I've never had a losing season in any football coaching. I get up here. I have one winning season with Mount St. Joe, and the next 3 seasons, I've had a losing season. That puts a bad taste in your mouth. And I'm not saying anything about the programs or anything like that. I'm just saying that doesn't sit well with me.
I think in the South, football is a little different.
It is.
I think once you get below that Tennessee border, I think football becomes a little bit different down there because they
Florida, Alabama,
Florida,
Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas.
Yeah,
oh my God, man!
I think them guys eat different kind of food down there.
They eat, sleep, shit, football.
Because I was able to go down last summer and down to Alabama and.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was able to go watch this school in Troy. I just went down there, just just around, just want to see how they did things down there, to try to bring some of that stuff up here to Gamble, to try to change the program around a little bit. And man,
we ought to take a trip down to Mississippi.
Oh yeah.
I got plenty of people down there.
They just do things differently down there. You know what I'm saying? As far as practice goes, practice is intense. The things they eat.
Well, not just that.
You know what I mean?
I was talking to my wife about it. When growing up, going through junior high, high school, we practiced. Our last 2 classes were football.
Really?
It wasn't no after school bullshit. You still practice after school. It might even be just the last class.
Right.
But you didn't have to worry about soccer needing the damn field.
Right.
Because everything was split up. Soccer either practiced after football, or they had their own field, or they practiced at, maybe the same time, maybe right after, maybe before. But you had the last 2 classes blocked off. And I don't know if that's something they do just in the South or at a lot of schools down there. That's part of your damn curriculum.
Yeah.
It's not PE.
Like
it's not PE.
Yeah.
So that's how you get your credits for, I don't know. It's different.
Yeah,
it's a different monster.
It is up here. Whole lot different.
Let's see here. Music. Tupac's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Didn't know that, but that's awesome to know. Great. He's a pretty good rapper.
Oh yeah, he's a great rapper, poet. He was an entrepreneur. He was something that this show will never ever be about is politics or religion.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was a difference maker.
Yeah.
And he tried to make people see a different light.
Different light. Yep.
But it sticks a thorn in my side because now that makes me not know what rock and roll is. Is it a mention of your legend? Your not legend. What's the word I'm looking for?
Legacy.
Legacy. Thank you. Or is it rock and roll per se music?
Yeah.
Or is it the lifestyle? Okay. Well, if it's the lifestyle, it was rap lifestyle.
Yeah.
It was different.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have damn music Hall of Fame, who gives a shit what it is? You know what I'm saying? So let's not classify it. Yeah, he's in there. He should be in there. But he's in there and he's rap. And there's rock and roll people that aren't in there. And that just, Football Hall of Fame, you gonna stick damn Javier Lopez?
No.
That's the first name I could think of. Daryl Strawberry. You gonna stick Daryl Strawberry in the Football Hall of Fame?
Right.
No, because he played baseball.
Right.
I don't know.
He must have did something.
Bo Jackson, it's different. You know what I'm saying?
Bo,
but he's not even in the Hall of Fame, is he? I don't think he had enough years. But he played 2 sports. He should go in some sort of Hall of Fame. He played 3 sports, didn't he? I know 2.
That's a good question. I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, I will too. I don't think he's in the Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And then I was watching them talk about it the other day. They have so many sets. Somebody said, should Devin Hester get into the Hall of Fame as a special teamist?
Yes. Why not?
Well, and if he does, then so should Steve Tasker.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Exactly. But when you only have so many, why do you have so many? I don't get it. All of this shit is political and stupid, and we can only have X amount of linemen, and well, if you're going to do that, then are you going to start knocking people off?
Yeah.
That weren't as good as this one? Then why'd you let him in? Why didn't you wait 10 more years to see if somebody's better?
See, with me,
I don't know.
See, with me, is I don't do the politics thing. I don't do politics well.
I don't either. I hate them.
I'm either, like it's either black.
I
or
like
white
what I
me.
like.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? It's either black or white with me. Ain't no gray. Because when you got gray, there is a problem. You know what I mean? So it's either black or white with me. And with the sports, you know, it shouldn't be politics. You know, like for example, Pete Rose. You know, Pete Rose got the most hits ever.
Pete Rose deserves to be in the damn Baseball Hall of Fame.
Just because he bet some money on his team to win a game.
Who the hell has it?
From the Hall of Fame, right?
The hell has it?
Right. You know what? Like you know what?
Well, I'll take that back. I haven't.
I mean, right. You know, there's drug addicts in the Hall of Fame. There's rapists in the Hall of Fame. There's murderers in the Hall of Fame of baseball. Pete Rose simply bet money. Put that man in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Too much politics, man.
You know what? It happened so long ago when that was looked down upon so bad, and now people do things that they can still get in.
Right.
He is looked upon as that happened in a different era, different time.
Absolutely.
So we're not going to let you in. We're going to be stern. Oh,
absolutely.
Screw that.
Absolutely.
Put him in.
I think it's all about the popularity, and Pete Rose was not popular because of how his attitude and how he carried himself, but what he did on the field speaks for itself. You know, I don't care about how he was as a person. I care about when I was a young man and I watched the Reds. I seen that man playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. Now his personal life, that's what he do. You know, that's his personal life. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But what that man did on the field speaks for him.
But that was not personal.
Absolutely.
It was personal, and it was business because he was the
manager.
Manager.
So I get it, but still, what he did on the field should get him out of there.
Yeah, not what he did as a manager. Is he going into as a manager? No, as a player.
He should go in as a player, not a manager. Yeah. I agree with you.
So 1,000%. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, and in my opinion, you should have a coaches Hall of Fame, not coaches going into the Hall of Fame. Yeah. That's taking up space.
Yeah, I agree.
Start knocking coaches off if you want to add players.
Absolutely.
Well, Coach, I enjoyed it. We'll definitely have to do it again because I could sit here and talk
all day. Football, sports, all day. I can do it all day. I can do it all day.
Oh yeah. What are you looking like this year?
This coming year?
What are you losing? How many are you losing?
I'm losing 1, 2, 3, 4 seniors, 2 running backs. 2 running backs, 1 offensive lineman, and a tight end. But the offense I run, the wing.
He's not really.
Wing, I can insert.
I mean, he's
absolutely. I can put anybody back there, and as long as they follow the blocking, and they'll be fine. But we're gonna be young. We're gonna have a lot of freshmen out. But the good thing is my offensive line is.
Now, do you have a freshman team?
No. Okay. No, everybody plays varsity again.
Varsity, right? Okay, that's what I thought.
And that's the biggest benefit for the.
You'd have to. I mean, if you didn't let the freshmen play with you, you wouldn't have a freshman team or a high school team, right?
The freshmen gonna get a lot of
numbers.
Experience. Yeah, numbers. They can get a lot of experience this year.
I like that.
Yeah, a lot of experience.
I like that. They're not getting experience with themselves, but they're getting. It's kind of like being thrown to the wolves. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's not.
I tell them I'm throwing to the wolves, but it's gonna start in the classroom and then the weight room. Yeah. If they're successful in the weight room in the classroom, they're gonna be successful on the field.
Well, it's got to start in the weight room during now.
Now, yeah.
Come it should have started in December, but come January
2nd, you better be in the weight room. You better be lifting.
Yeah, exactly.
You better be lifting.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Coach, enjoyed it.
Sir.
And we will talk some more later on.
All righty.
All right. Well, that brings another episode of Blevins Nation Podcast to an end. Like I said, if anybody wants to hear anything, check out some stuff, send me email at coachb.blevinsnation@gmail.com. Thanks again to our sponsor, www.fuelthejourney.org. And Hope y'all have a great week and be back next week with a new one. Y'all have a good time.